Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Scales 13. Today is an exciting day. The heat pad finally came in for my Pueblan milk snake, along with the thermostat I'm going to be using to hook it up with. So today, guys, I'm actually going to be doing a video showing you guys how to set up a heat pad and thermostat combo. Now the thing is, this is something that's fairly easy to do, but it's the first time I'm ever using a thermostat along with my heat pad. So I wanted to make this an educational experience to show you guys how you can use a heat pad with a thermostat. And the reason I want to show this to you guys is because it's really important for your animal's safety and for the safety of the owner as well. Because in some cases, if a heat pad isn't installed properly, it could also be a fire hazard. So yeah, I wanted to share this with you guys because I feel like it would be something that could benefit everybody and it could prevent tragedies in the future. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Some of you guys may be wondering, Scales, you already had a heat lamp, so why are you setting up a heat pad for your Pueblan milk snake? And that has to do with the animal's activity and what time these animals are actually active in the wild. Unlike diurnal species, these animals are active during dusk and dawn. Now, there's a little bit of debate over this because I've read a lot of care sheets and I've done quite a bit of research on this species. Some people are saying that they're nocturnal, some people are saying they're crepuscular. Crepuscular seems to be a new idea in the reptile hobby the more we study these animals, where some animals are coming out more during dusk and dawn, where there's a little bit of light left from the end of the day where the sun is just starting to come out. And there's some reptiles that come out in the middle of the night after the sun has already completely gone down and it's completely dark. That being said, this is not one of those reptiles that sits out and basks all day long in order to absorb its heat. It's not going to receive the heat on its back. It's going to absorb the heat on its belly because these guys are going to get their heat from the rocks and the rest of the landscape that have been baking under that hot sun all day, and they're going to absorb that sun on the underside of their body. Now, with that being said, if these animals truly are crepuscular, that means they may be coming out as the sun is rising early in the morning, or they may also be active as the sun is going down during the evening. So in the future, there may be plans for me to add some shade dweller bulbs and get this animal in an environment where it can be exposed to low amounts of UVB as it may be in the wild. But I'm going to wait on that. That's a different topic for a different day. Right now, let's get into setting up the heat pad. So step one is actually going to require me to place this heat pad underneath the enclosure. So that means I'm going to have to lift up this tank and I'm going to have to jumble a bunch of stuff around. So that means I have to locate my snake and I have to put her away for a little while so that way I can work. So now we got to find the snake. So predictable. Okay, come on, baby. Come here. Come here. Come here. She's getting so much better with handling. Please don't make a liar out of me and jump somewhere. Okay, we're going to put you in this box. And I know you guys didn't really get a chance to see that. We're just going to show you where she is. She's in this little box for now. She can't dig out through the bottom. I'm going to put this next to me so I can watch her, since snakes are escape artists. And yeah, so that's where you're going to... Alright, actually, yeah, let's put this box nice and quick. There we go. So the first thing you want to do is pick a side to put your heat pad on. Just like any heating source, reptiles need to thermoregulate, so you have to pick one side to be the warm side and one side to be the cool side. I dubbed this side to be the warm side because this is the side that all of the aspen is on. So this is where the animal will spend most of its time. So I ran into a bit of a problem. So most heat pads that I've dealt with in the past actually have these little rubber round thingamabobbers that you can put on the corner of each edge of the tank, so that way the tank is slightly elevated off of the surface, so that way when you put the heat pad on the bottom, it has proper ventilation, so that way the heat pad doesn't overheat and cause a fire. But I just had a quick little idea. Does anybody drink bottled water? Bam. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna tape some of these to each corner of the enclosure on the bottom. They're actually a little bit bigger. I call this genius, some call it ghetto. I call it ingenuity and quick wit. Bam. All right, so as I was setting this up, I decided to actually clean out all the old aspen in my snake's enclosure. There was actually a lot of poop over here that she was actually hiding in this little side of the tank here. But yeah, that's taken care of. Now let's install those little spacers so that way we can get this heat pad off the ground. Make sure whatever heat pad that you buy for your animal is actually made for the size enclosure you have. This one's made for a 10 to 20 gallon tank. This is a standard 20 long tank, so this one's perfect for the enclosure. The reason why is because a heat pad that's too big is going to produce too much heat, and then your animal won't be able to cool down, and vice versa with one that's too small. As you guys can see, these actually worked out pretty well. And those little bottle caps actually did a good job. And of course I got some tape in between them so that way they don't just slide out really easily. Cool, let's go to getting this bad boy plugged in. Rather than plugging the heat pad straight into the wall, it's actually going to get plugged into the thermostat. I got this bad boy plugged right in. Another cool tip that I actually picked up from watching Snake Discovery's setup of one of these heat pad thermostat combos. So instead of putting a probe that measures the heat that's emitted from the heat pad on the glass in the enclosure, it's a good idea to actually put this probe in between where the heat pad and the glass are connecting. That way you know the exact amount of heat that the heat pad is producing rather than the amount of heat that is on the glass on the other side of the enclosure. And now we're all set. Okay, so last step for our manual setup. Let's just plug this little plug right here in and we'll get this thing fired up. Now that that's all done, let's get into the fun stuff. So the awesome thing about this thermostat is that it's very easy to use. This is the iPower thermostat and iPower heat pad combo. Now guys, one thing I want to tell you is I'm not selling this product. I'm not suggesting this product. This is just what I ordered. This is the first time I'm using it and I'm just seeing how it works out for me. Granted, this is the initial setup, so I don't have an opinion on how well this thing works so far, but I will let you guys know as the days go by and as I create more content. One awesome thing about this thermostat is that you can set it in either Fahrenheit or Celsius. Now it's really easy. All you have to do is just click the up button for 3 seconds to switch it to Fahrenheit. And if I wanted to switch it to Celsius, I click the down button for 3 seconds and it should go to Celsius. Yes. Awesome. So let's put it back to Fahrenheit just to show you guys one more time. Bam, and there you go. So guys, I'm going to be using Fahrenheit for this video. So now I'm going to show you guys how to set the heat. So setting the heat on this thing is really simple. All you gotta do is just press set for 3 seconds, and then all you have to do is just press up or down to get your desired heat. Now I have a Pueblan milk snake, and what is suggested for a Pueblan milk snake is to have this heat pad set at 85 to 88 degrees. Now the surface of the heat pad isn't going to be the same on the other side of the glass here, and it may take a while for that heat to actually increase the ambient temperature, especially since this is a screen top enclosure and it's not an enclosure with a ceiling top. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this thermostat to the highest point of the desired temperature, which is 88 degrees for my Pueblan milk snake. Another thing you may notice is that there's 2 red lights on right now. Now as you can see, this one says heating. That means that this heat pad is being heated up to 88 degrees and it's actually heating up pretty quickly. So I'm pretty happy with that. So while this thing is heating up, I'm going to wait till it gets to the maximum temp. Then I'm going to test it with my handy dandy temperature gun right here. So that way I can make sure that this thing is working properly and producing the desired heat that I'm looking for. Guys, I'm surprised. This thing is actually heating up really quickly. it literally took a span of about, I'd say about 2-3 minutes, and it's already almost at 88 degrees, and bam, there it goes. It just stopped heating and we're at 88.1. Now we're going to check the temperature with the temp gun. Okay, I doubt the glass is that hot yet, but the heat pad is at the temperature it's supposed to be, so let's see. All right, and the verdict is, should be on the cooler side. Wow, 86 degrees, and this thing is saying 87. Okay, so 1 degree difference on the other side of the glass. Wait, let's check that again. 86.9. Okay, well, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Solid. All right, so let's get this enclosure put back together and get my snake back in a nice, warm, happy home. All right, so we got everything put back together, so now it's time to put my girl back in her enclosure. Come here, baby. Come here. Don't worry, the scary stuff is almost over. Come here. There you go, girl. All right, let's get you back in your enclosure, okay, hon? Yeah. Nice clean Aspen. Brand new heat pad. Yeah, you're living large, huh? That's my girl. Where's she at? See if we can find that little face. Where's that little face? There it is. She is wasting no time burrowing into her new enclosure. And as you can see, she's going right down where this heat pad is. So yeah, guys, that's the reason that you want to use a thermostat. Because if these guys are directly on the glass where the heat pad is located, you want to make sure that heat is controlled, so that way your animal doesn't get burns. I know I'm repeating myself a little bit now, but I cannot stress to you guys enough how important this is, and I'm definitely going to be using these more and more in the future. There you have it, folks. This little device here is actually holding the temperature pretty well, and I got to clean up my enclosure at the same time. So my animal now has a brand new proper heat source and has a nice clean tank. And you know what, guys? I'm actually really liking the look of the enclosure without having that big heat lamp on top. So I'm actually pretty pleased with how this came out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning up this area. So I'm going to leave a link to the heat pad that I used in the description here, and I hope it helps you guys out. I hope you guys also like the little trick that I showed you right here, where I use the plastic caps in order to raise up the enclosure to make room for the heat pad. So guys, if you like this video, all I ask you to do is leave a comment. If there's anything I missed in this video, feel free to put that information in the comment section so that we can get a discussion going. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. As always, guys, I love questions. That's how I get to make more content for you guys, and I get to come up with new videos. So as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video if you like it, and as always, peace.